Hi guys, I'm Backline97 and I'm back with another one of my Arkham City figure reviews, and today I'm reviewing the Arkham City Series 3 Azrael action figure. So first review in a while. I haven't done one since October, and I just thought, I'd still got this figure to review, and well, here's a review of him. So yeah, once again he's an Arkham City Wave 3 figure, or Series 3, whichever you like. And yeah, he's one of 5, 6, probably the largest range of figures in this series. Having said that, it is mainly populated because of the Clown Thugs, and they're basically the exact same figure, but just different colours, which is kind of random. Same bios we got before in all the other waves, and of course it is the same packaging, although the insert is different to the originals. Because it's got the other series of Arkham City in Series 1 and 2. And if you want to see that, go back to one of my other Arkham City Wave 3 reviews. So, I've got the figure here, and he's probably one of the most awesome figures they've done in this series. Having said that, the accessory is kind of, I won't say pointless, but it's kind of weird because you never actually see him using the sword in the video game. Whether you will do when they do, if they do a sequel, then you might see him physically using the sword. Now I can't remember what the sword's called. Please let me know in the comments below if you know what the sword is called. And it fits pretty well into like this little strap on his belt, which, yeah, it's very, very thin. Although the belt's quite thick, then you've got this really, really tiny sort of little piece of rubbery plastic that it's supposed to slot into, and if you was to pull on it too hard, then it would probably just fall through. And then you've got the sword on there like that. Now, the only way you're going to get the sword to stay in there is if you've got, the sheath to stay in there is if you've got the sword physically inside the sheath. Otherwise, it won't work. Now, the detail on this figure has not been let down at all. I'm really impressed with the amount of detail on this figure. For a character who's just like Hush and the Riddler is just a side mission character, he is one of the better figures, and that is mainly because of how awesome he looks. Now, as I've been saying to a lot of my friends who've played the game, that Azrael looks like he should be from Assassin's Creed. He has the very similar sort of hood look with the little peak on there, which is probably what it's been based on. And then he's got these big gauntlets as well, and then this really weird blade which creates like patterns on the floor. Then he has these. Now I think these are probably smoke grenades, because when you get close to him, he'll probably say something to you like, I've been looking for you, or, are you the one I've been looking for? And then he'll puff, just completely gone in smoke. Not gay, puff as in he's disappeared. And, even so, they're not removable. They are fixed to the belt. They're part of the sculpt of the belt. They are actually really, really good. Now, there's one issue I always have. The same problem we had with the Batman is these really warped gauntlet blades. They are, completely folded over, and the only way you're going to get them to sit upright, like, be straight like they're supposed to be, is by bending them. But as you can see, they're on these really, really small sort of little pieces of plastic that keep them on there, and if you was to move that too much, they will just snap off, which, is a shame really. But you can't really see them, to be fair. They're not something that is going to make much difference. Now, the cape has been done really, really well. It's not a cape exactly, it's just these sort of little strands of cape. But even so, they have been done really well. They are just rubbery plastic, and they are very, very, floppy. Don't comment on that. Yeah, and they do work really well. And, the problem I always have with cloth capes, which I'm so glad they haven't used on these figures, the only problem with cloth capes is they look cheap. Now, depends on what figure it is, I suppose. Some figures deserve, the cloth cape, but yeah, sometimes it just cheapens the figure slightly. But no, in this case, he doesn't need cloth. These have worked fantastic. They look like a leathery texture, but they're not. They're just a plastic. Then you've got this, which is exactly the same on the Ra's al Ghul figure. Is this sort of hinged, what is it, platelet? A hinged platelet on his side, which, you know, that's a nicer idea because you've got these fantastic arm movements. That means that won't be hindered in any way, which is a really, really nice idea. One thing I don't like is the fact that you've got this one piece on his arm, but his wrists don't move, and neither does the whole thing. It's completely attached. Don't lose the camera. It's completely attached to the actual figure. So yeah, that's all one part, you know. But then you've still got the tubes on the side, which is a nice touch. But yeah, it's overall a really, really nice figure. It's probably one of my favourite figures in this series, and out of all the series, really. So let's have a look at the articulation of Azrael. So he does have a very nicely ball hinge neck, and like the Robin figure, he does have this separate hood piece, which, you know, it looks better when it's pushed down slightly closer to his head to make it look authentic to the game. But, you know, it does give it, you know, doesn't hinder this nice range of motion. There is still no waist articulation, apart from on the Ra's al Ghul figure. He's probably the only figure who has waist articulation, which in my opinion is a bit weird, but it does give him, you know, a nicer range of motion and different joints. He does have ball hinge shoulders, and then bend at the elbow, and then swivel gauntlets. And then this also has a hinge joint, which can be classed as articulation. The legs do go forward and back, but not very much. They are very stiff, which is good. Bend at the knee, and then swivel ankles. And yeah, really, really nice figure. Pretty decent accessory, which in my opinion is a bit futile, but, you know, compared to some of the other ones especially. But yeah, really, really nice figure. Definitely worth picking up, especially for the price of about $15.99. Although, having said that, I've seen them go for a lot more recently. If you've been to play.com, yeah, $34.99 they're asking for. Yeah, glad I picked them up when I did, is all I'll say. So, let's have a look at the size comparison idea. So, he's pretty much in scale with Batman. Batman is just a tiny little bit taller than him, but, you know, that's kind of expected because Batman is, you know, awesome. They are a little bit bigger than the Movie Masters, which I'm going to re-review that figure because I've customised him by adding a cape, but he's only a little bit taller. And then the Play Arts Kai Batman, he is, having said that, he's not that much taller than them. Probably about an inch or so taller, which, you know, for the price is a bit random. And then they are, you know, a lot taller than the Marvel, this is from the Captain America range, it's Winter Soldier, I think. So yeah, that's the size of the figure. So yeah, definitely worth picking up this figure and this one. This is my favourite. Really, really awesome figure. They have done really well. You know, they haven't spared any expense on these figures. They have gone all out with them. The only one that I'm really disappointed with is the Penguin. Now, don't you know, hate me for saying that. The Penguin is a really good figure, don't get me wrong, but like we had with Jervis Tetch, which I still don't have because I can't bring myself to purchase him, especially at the price and size of him. He's not exactly what you'd call worth the price. They've done something really weird with the faces, you know. If you're going to pay the full price for them, and he's got this really flushed, weird looking face, they aren't worth picking up. He has got the detail of the you know, the figure has got the detail from the game, but no, he's not my favourite at the moment, so I don't think I'll be picking him up. Although tomorrow I go to the memorabilia show, and I'm really excited about that. Because I'm going to try and pick up a few more figures to review for you guys. So until then, I'll be doing a few more reviews. But until then, I will be doing a lot more. You know, after I've been, I will be doing a lot of reviews of the things I've bought, considering the amount of stuff that's come out, especially the Hobbit stuff. So I'll see you in my next review, guys. And there's another episode of Cloned coming out later this week. I'm probably going to try and film it today. Whether that actually gets done, I have no idea. But yeah, that's my aim for today. So see you guys. Please remember to like, rate and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.